And we are back. Pokemon Fire Red, Hardcore Nuzlocke, only using Poison-type Pokemon. The run continues. We have surpassed where we failed in our first attempt, and now this is the official 6th attempt. We are making strides here. On our way to the 4th gym, let's see if we get any new Poison-type encounters. Let's try to keep everybody alive, and let's see how this goes. So no new first encounters, but we do now have the Crobat as well as the Nidoking, so some crucial evolutions at this point in the game, and now we're going to be taking on Erica and her Grass-type Pokemon. I think Crobat is going to do just phenomenally here as it's poison flying, so we double resist a lot of the grass type moves. It's super fast, and we have stab wing attacks to boot, so Delta is just slapping Erica's team around. This is just brutal as two Pokemon fall. The Vileplume comes down, potentially getting a Stun Spore and Acid combination, but it's over before it began, and Erica forks over her gym badge. So that is 4 gym badges down, 4 to go. Let's go see Giovanni in the hideout here and see what he has been up to. All right, Team Rocket Boss Giovanni. Let's see what we got here. Throws out the Onix. We answer with Gamma. Our Nidoking with a super effective Water Pulse. Good night, Sally. The Rhyhorn comes down, is deleted as well. The Kangaskhan, the big old kangaroo Pokemon, with a really nice critical hit fake out, and then gets a nice Mega Punch as well. The Poison Point returning some damage, but Gamma is hurting, is in trouble. Another critical hit comes down, and we are just in trouble right now, but we get a really good Razor Leaf with the poison damage on top, and now we just need to safely swap in and let the poison do the job, as Kangaskhan is a Pokemon to be feared, but thankfully we don't lose anybody, and we clear the boss battle. And now we make our way back to Lavender Town, the Pokemon Tower, where our rival is waiting for us. And I don't think this one's going to be very difficult, as all as his Pokemon have not fully upgraded to where the next fight against him is just going to be so much fun and so much more challenging. So we just throw out Gamma, our Nidoking. I absolutely adore the move sets that are available on a lot of these Poison-type Pokemon. You do forfeit the stab move since you don't have a lot of good Poison type moves in this game, in this generation. However, they have access to so many good coverage moves, so it just makes it a lot of fun. So the confusion comes down on the execute, but we get a really good swap into the Crobat, who has a high special defense, and now we are set up for success with a super effective bite onto the Kadabra. The Gyarados comes down, Intimidate is for naught, but the Reflect wears off as well, which is huge. So actually the Intimidate might be big here, as it does trim down the wing attack a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. The level discrepancy is way too much, as our rival has not been keeping up with the gym leader level cap, and we just get another confuse Ray down. The utility is very nice here, and Charmeleon eats the wing attack, no problem. The Ember comes down, trading blows back and forth here, but our speed is huge in another critical hit, but we do survive, and Delta levels up with the fade away. On to the next part of the run. Further into the tower here, we drop back with the Great Ball and secure the ghastly first encounter. I am super excited for this, as Gengar has really grown on me over these past few Nuzlockes, and we do have trade evolutions on, so let's see how Gengar can operate in this poison type only run. All right, so really there's not too much going on in between that rival fight and the next one in Silph Co. So right here, I just wanted to showcase basically what I do when I train my Pokemon in between. So I usually equip whoever's in front with an amulet coin so that the money you earn from each battle gets doubled. That way you can go get some really good TMs from the game corner, like Ice Beam, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt. And again, as I said previously, a lot of these Pokemon can learn those moves, so the coverage move sets available are really nice in this particular run. So I like to get the amulet coin here, and whoever is training in front just get all of that extra cash, as well as these Pokemon really give good levels. On top of that, they're all poison type Pokemon, so our team can resist most of the moves that they have to offer against us, which is really nice. So I'm just sitting here leveling everybody up to our rival's level cap for Silph Co. And let's fast forward and see how this fight goes. All right, we've got some crucial evolutions in the Venusaur and the Gengar particularly, so I am super excited for this fight. It is one of the closest battles you get in the entire playthrough. So here we go. Iota comes down, the Gengar looking so good with that special attack stat, and it just one-shots the Pidgeot with a super effective Thunderbolt. Absolutely beautiful. The Execute comes down, looking for that super effective Psychic move, and we don't really have perfect answer for this guy. So we're going to kind of shift around and see what we can do here. We send out Delta the Crobat. Very good and defensive in nature. That speed stat is glorious, but we do get paralyzed on the switch, so we are slower. And a stab super effective confusion comes down, and we are confused on top. So we are now paralyzed and confused, and we hurt ourselves. So not looking good right now. This little bundle of seeds or eggs is absolutely popping off. We go for the second try here, and we hurt ourselves again. And that is all I am willing to do with the Crobat. Completely neutralized. And now we are really going to have to think about this. And again, there's not a lot of options on the table once you start losing Pokemon. And the Twin Needle comes down, though, very, very good against the Execute. And it's just a one-shot. Little Twin Needle there, 2-tap, and it is gone. And now the Alakazam comes down. We are not faster, but thankfully Alakazam gets greedy for the Future Sight, and we get the super effective critical hit with the Twin Needle, being that stab bug typing. We have learned a lot since our first and failed run, because I thought Twin Needle was poisoned there for a moment, but it is bug and has the chance of poisoning. The big bad Charizard comes down, and now we really have to think about what we're going to do here, because if Charizard just completely goes freelance with its flamethrowers, it can get out of hand and kill multiple Pokemon. Especially I was going to say the Bumblebee, the Beedrill, and the Venusaur. So we got to be careful there. And do I sacrifice the Crobat? Do I? But I really like that speed and utility that it has. Also, the access to Shadow Ball later on in the game could be very helpful. So I send out the Snake. I send out Epsilon, who tanks a Wing Attack right off the top. And we're going to go for that quad effective Rock Slide. But first, we got to tank a Flamethrower, and it is enough. It is not enough. And Epsilon goes down. The Arbok not able to withstand this glorious dragon. Iota comes down, has to eat the Future Sight. Thankfully, it is neutral. It is a neutral type move once it is used, even though it is psychic. The Thunderbolt is not enough to kill the Charizard, but thankfully he gets greedy for a Smoke Screen, and we are just going to pivot to a Nightshade for a Ghost Flex on this. It's going to scare the Magnificent Dragon away. The Ghost popping off. The Gyarados comes down, and we do have a 4x Thunderbolt lined up for this. Can it go through the Smoke Screen? It absolutely can, and the Sea Leviathan falls. A glorious fight against our rival. We do lose the Arbok, but out of all the Pokemon in the squad, I think that was the best option on the table, especially since it didn't have Intimidate. Shedskin was good, but it wasn't the best. So beautiful stuff there. Let's go see if we can beat Giovanni once again, and let's just keep moving forward. All right, the Silph showdown continues. Boss Giovanni at the top here. Sends out the Nidorino. We answer with Delta the Crobat. I don't really know what my thought process here was, other than Nidorino has no moves that can really damage us, given its access to like Double Kick, Poison Stings, and such like that. So we just completely tanked that out with the Crobat. Beautiful stuff. Glad we didn't sacrifice her in the last fight, but the Rhyhorn comes down, and now we are going to pivot into a different Pokemon. As you can see, the Arbok is no longer with us. Gamma comes down, an absolute staple. Dodges the Scary Face on the swap, does not even care about this Rhyhorn. Sends out the quad effective Water Pulse. Goodbye. And now the Kangaskhan comes down, the absolute monster Kangaroo. The Brick Break connects. It is going to be a 3-shot, though. The Rage responds, gets the Kangaskhan Poison, which is absolutely beautiful. Poison Point adding up there, but we pivot to a Secret Power instead of a Brick Break. I'm not sure what happened there. I think that was a misclick. What have I done? And we go in for another Secret Power, and it fades away with a critical hit there. Great stuff. And now the Nidoqueen comes down. We do have a super effective Water Pulse as well as a super effective Dig here. We have options. We go for the Water Pulse with the potential Confusion, and we do get it. And the Nidoqueen faces off against the Nidoking, but cannot break through the Confusion. Really good for Gamma here. We dig down. We are 3 levels down, but we are going to try to surprise the Nidoqueen from under the ground, a la Neji and Naruto. Pop up, punch her in the chin, and the Confusion is paying dividends, and Nidoking is absolutely popping off and fades away with a Water Pulse against its Pokemon counterpart. Absolutely ridiculous. This Nidoking is snatching MVP from everyone right now, and this is just wow. We are really turning this attempt around. Attempt number 6 is looking really good. Let's see if we can bring this whole thing home. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.